What's poppin'? What's going on? It's your boy, Cool Kamasi in the building. Double O's. Gulag was poppin'. Republicans was poppin'. Even my conservative cousins, I see y'all. You know what I mean? We bleed red out here. So woo, all day. But let me get it started, man. The subject is black and sci-fi. Come on, son. Come on, son. You know what I mean? We gonna roll with it, man. But let me get it started real quick. We're gonna do it correct, man. Let me get my drop in though. Shout out to SKC. Alright, so let's get it started, man. Shout out to Chaotic Truth. I heard him earlier talking about the Color Purple remake and why it flopped. And I agree with him on some points right there. I definitely do. And there's a big part I kind of do disagree with him on. This whole thing of black sci-fi. This whole thing of black sci-fi, right? So let's talk about it, right? All right, boom. So this whole thing with black sci-fi. My whole thing is it would have been done already. We got some of the greatest scientific minds out right now. Some of the greatest storytellers that are black right now. They would have done it. Some have tried. I think that Will Smith movie, I forgot what it was called. It was on Netflix a few years ago. Can you compare that to Starship Troopers? Can you honestly compare that to the original Star Wars that came out in the 70s? Mind you, that Will Smith movie came out in the 2000s. I want to say maybe a little bit around 2020 or before that. So can you possibly tell me that they can drop something on the level that, come on, son, we're not doing that, B. We're not doing that. Y'all wildin'. Y'all keep playing the same drum, hoping that the brand of black can evolve like a Pokemon. And it's not, B. It's not. Shout out to SKC's video yesterday. He dropped a video yesterday. I wish he would have kept it on. He was showing the African movies. He delved into the Caribbean movies too. And I see a lot of dudes who's in the sci-fi with this argument too. Like, all the black movies is bang, bang, and shoot them up, bang, bang, nah, nah, nah. And I'm like, it's been like that for the 90s, since the 90s, really since the 90s. You really want to be frank, you go with the blaxploitation films back then, but with those, you can even allude to Quentin Tarantino having inspiration to use kind of like that 70s feel for his movies and making it a whole better splash. But the 90s, which is really the Gen X era, that's where it all started, B. Because prior to that, you had Coolie High, you had Lean On Me. People even forget how good The Last Dragon was, boy. The Last Dragon was one of the best movies to me I've ever seen. And I would hate, to be honest with you, the way the climate is, I would hate for that movie to be remade right now. They shouldn't even touch the Black Dragon. I mean, The Last Dragon, my bad. The Last Dragon, Bruce Lee. You know, Action Jackson. Who remembers Action Jackson? See, this is why, Chaotic, respectfully, as a millennial, I'm a millennial too, but I might be a little older than you. Maybe a few years or a year behind. But one thing I see with you cats is y'all focus a lot on the 90s stuff. Talked about Boomerang. Yeah, that was cool. I can match that with Sleepless in Seattle. You know? You talked about Harlem Nights. I could go with Caddyshack. Look at this cast of Caddyshack. You know? Chevy Chase and so many other great actors was in that movie. that is a classic to this day. Animal House. Even the black comedies is overrated, if you ask me. This is why this whole Cat Williams thing is foo-foo to me. None of these comedians can touch Chevy Chase in his prime. Chevy Chase had a run like no other. Matter of fact, he's underrated in my opinion, because the 80s is like a forgotten decade. We now just focus on the 90s and up, which is why the sci-fi stuff is brought up, because the only thing from the sci-fi prior to the 90s is Star Wars and maybe a few other movies, like, you know, shows like Star Trek. You know, I'm not a sci-fi guy, but I'm just saying. Spy movies, you know what I mean? Look at the Tom Clancy books and the Rainbow Six games. And you can go to the Mission Impossible movies. It's different. In order, see, black nerds want to have black be on the level of white in terms of movies, in terms of what they perceive as intelligence, whatever they perceive. It's crazy. Y'all wildin'. Y'all worse than the other side sometimes. Cause y'all like, man, oh, why we can't get a sci-fi movie? Bro. All you're doing is just, it doesn't matter. It don't matter. Star Wars didn't have an all-white cast, bro. It's multifaceted. You know, I could have sworn Billy D. Williams was in one of those movies. Could have sworn a black woman was in Star Trek. LeVar Burton was in Star Trek, if I remember. You know? So, but people don't look at the other black actors and black, I want to say, I don't go with all black shows, but just black characters that were in different shows that were good. Like Walker's Texas Ranger, the black dude that was with Walker. I liked him. I liked him as a character. Or in the Heat of the Night with Yaphet Kotto, and how he was just a man's man. Or the Jeffersons. There's no comedy in the 90s. I'll keep it real. If you want to be honest with you, Martin's overrated when you compare it to the Jeffersons. Martin had the same redundant jokes. Get out the house, the hand, you know, your breath is stinking, yucky. It was the same jokes. With George Jefferson, it was a little different. It was something. Sometimes it might be predictable, sometimes it wasn't. In terms of a family sitcom, I don't think none of them Cosby's, Fresh Prince, none of them's touching All in the Family, son. None of them. Matter of fact, Full House might even beat all of them, to be honest with you. Just face it, B. Don't get mad at the messenger, get mad at the facts, B. There's a lot of great minds today. But you got to make it believable. That's the problem. You have to make it believable. All black people in space, we're going to go on the firmament. I'm going to leave that alone. But it's wild to hear these things. Because to me, I don't know if they conservatives or not, but yo, y'all treading the Umar line. Meaning, y'all want to believe in black so much that, but y'all mad because the thugs took over, the hoes took over, the corniness took over, and put away your minds. Well, if that's the case, if the black minds of the nerds are so great, create something with other people. Japan has a great film market. India is coming up. You know what I mean? The UK, Europe, South America. Australia. There's so many different markets that you can take over. And on top of that, let's go with the comics too. Young Ripper. Now, slide to the review with I want to say Rex Sings the Blues about the Young Ripper thing and how it's not as good as people thought it would be. And I'll say, that's it's an early run, it's cool. You know what would be ill for me? And nobody ever brought this up. How ill would it be for a black guy to write a white character? Or multi different characters? How big would that be? Because think about it. When you hear black sitcoms, you hear a name of Norman Lear. Norman Lear has a hand in a lot of black sitcoms. But let's just say a black dude on the other hand, he has his hand in different sitcoms he writes for. Legendary writer, legendary producer. But just happened to be a black dude. You feel me? What's wrong with that? Y'all want an all black cast? Seems y'all want Keisha to be your chick in space too. You want to take it to space. You want to take it to the far beyond galaxies and the universes with you. And that she plays well with you and has you have the conversation at the table. Now y'all both bringing something to the table. It's wild, B. That's why I said if black sci-fi was to be, it would have been. Straight up. This, you know what I mean? And people, they gonna go to Africa. Africans too. Come on. Let me tell you something, man. African movies is so horrible that it's funny. That's why I used to watch them joints. So it was a car crash waiting to happen. That's why I said I used to see the movie. They used to bring up the mermaids, and they had a Beyonce movie. Bro, that shit had me cracking. They talk with the broken English and all of that. I'm laughing like, yo, what is this? Who they using the old Microsoft Windows 95 graphics? They got the premium pack from Windows 95, so they added little graphics on there with the gun going pop, 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 pop. You know what I mean? You think they gonna drop some sci-fi, B? You think Spike Lee gonna drop some sci-fi? Steve McQueen, Tyler Perry, Key and Peele? Come on. Get Out was trash, man. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Get Out was trash. It's not no Cape Fear. It's not no One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's not no Clockwork Orange. It's not no Nightmare on Elm Street. Not no Halloween. No. You know what kept black movies, in this lane, and it wasn't too like what it is now? They embraced the mediocrity, B. They embraced the mediocrity back then. That's what I give Gen X. Gen X made the little with the most with the little they had. You know what I mean? They definitely did it. It wasn't a lot of hood movies. Yeah, it was a lot of hood movies. But that was that generation. Today, people talking about power and all this. All power is a drug dealing soap opera. It's a wannabe novella. You might as well watch the novellas for real. I bet you the novellas is better. Straight up. It just got 50 Cent name on it, so that's why people buying. That's all. So to tell me that we had sci-fi, it would be, so monumental. No. Now you're going on the throwback line. Get out of here, B. Just make a good movie, son. Just make a good movie. That's why Will Smith is who he was, bro. Will Smith was in a lot of great mainstream sci-fi movies. Yes. Independence Day. Yes, it's a sci-fi. You know what I mean? Men in Black. Yes. But he also did dramatic movies. You know what I mean? I think the 6 Degrees of Separation, he was in that one. The famous movie he did playing the homeless guy, I forget the name of it. That really kind of blew Tyler Perry up. I don't know if he had anything to do with it, but I forgot what the name of that movie was. He was like homeless with his son. But yeah, like Will Smith showed you, he could do those kind of things. But at this point, black sci-fi, nah. It's the ship has sailed, my G. Let it sail on. Let's sail on. You know what I mean? What you can't do is link up with others and make your ideas fire. And you never know. Maybe you might get what you want. But they might not have Keisha on your side. They might put a Maya Lynn as your leading actress, B. You know what I mean? Still works out for you, though. So what's the issue, son? What's the issue? But the pro-black sci-fi, nah, it's not going to work, son. It's not, nobody going to buy it. And I heard the news, oh, the community side's going to buy it because they want the ratchetness. Yes. Most of America wants the ratchetness. Yes, they do. They just don't want it in their household. They don't mind watching it on TV every so often. You know what I mean? They don't. It made the 90s. That's why American History X was the movie the way it was, bro. You need a little bit of Pookie in there to build to that scene of the curb stomp. You needed that. You needed that build-up of the Pookie wilding out, and then Edward Norton's character to do the Seth Rollins. That's what you needed, B. So you can have those movies, boy. You still have them. But if you're gonna do remakes, John Henry there. You know what I mean? All them Sidney Poitier movies is there. Wait. They ain't touching those Sidney Poitier movies. You don't talk about, oh, we should touch them. Yeah, you shouldn't. If you're gonna mess it up, yeah, you should. You know what I mean? Sidney Poitier in the 70s, man, I was watching a lot of this stuff on YouTube, boy. I was like, man, that dude was so underrated. I had people always talking about Denzel respectfully. Shout out to Denzel. But Sidney Poitier, I think, is on the level of his own, B. He's on the level of his own, B. Straight like that, man. Very few actors that can touch his pedigree, man. In terms of remakes, man. Some of the greatest movies, educational movies. Think about some of the greatest educational movies, inspirational wise, right? You got Lean on Me is like, to me, it always comes to my mind because of how great that movie was. And how an actor like Morgan Freeman, how much of great range he had to play that teacher role. He was doing his thing, man. Today, you have somebody play that role for him, man, it's gonna be whack. They're gonna have that Mook dude from The Walking Dead do it. It's like he tried to do with Danny Glover's in Color Purple, B. That joint was wild. It's like, yeah, you look like Danny Glover, so we're just gonna put you in there, son. But let me address what Chaotic also said about that movie with the shorties. And this is what it is. The reflection of those chicks in the movies is the reflection of what these chicks is looking like today, B. They got crow's feet, they big, and they black and ugly as ever, B. Shout out to Big. You know what I mean? It's just what it is, son. It's just what it is, B. Son, you gotta roll with it. You know what I mean? And the reason why you ain't gonna see no hot chicks out there like that, because they ain't around, boy. They not around. They not around to do that, son. They not around to do it. You know what I mean? The mixed chick said, I'd rather take my bags with the white man. She's in there. She don't do no black films like that, B. She don't do them. And they like, I'm getting that Marvel bag. I'm out of here, son. That's what they doing, B. That's what they doing. They come on, son. The bag is big now. That's why you see Tyler Perry slowly walking out the game. Because even though he got that studio, At best, it's gonna be Netflix films, prime movies. Once in a while, you might have a theatrical release. But man, come on. The game is thinning out here, B. At best, you might have a Netflix show. I think what's the one with they have magical powers, and they got the dude from he always plays the Spanish got drug dealers. I forget his name. He's like a Spanish looking dude, but they could throw him as a black dude every so often. I think he was like the manager of dude in Ray. I forget his name, but he has magic powers, and I think the goof looking chick, Diana Ross's daughter, Tracy Ellis Ross, got powers and all that. It was like, it looked corny, man. It looked corny, man. You know what America's favorite movies are, man? Total Recall, Terminator, RoboCop. We need some action, man. You know what I mean? That's what we need. That's what you truly need, just more than just minds. You need a whole team behind you. That's why that pro-black mindset ain't gonna work with an all-black cast for sci-fi. You wildin', son. You wildin'. You really woofing out here, boy. But it's all right, though. It's all right, though. I understand your pain as a black nerd. I used to think like that as a black wrestling fan until I waked up and said I'm just a wrestling fan, Mo. And now I ain't even trying to claim that. I watch the old school stuff. All this new school stuff dudes is doing is lame, son. They was like, why they never been no black wrestling champion? Because, man, if the ladies ain't flocking to them like that, it ain't happening, boy. Who gonna bring their sons and daughters to the shows? You know what I mean? In droves. You feel me? So you gotta understand your audience, B. That's why if you doing the sci-fi ain't by race, my nigga. That's all I'm trying to say. Sci-fi don't go by race, bro. It's one of the beautiful genres that don't go by race, son. If it do go by race, it go by the human race, the Mongolo, the aliens from this planet race, all of that stuff, man. They don't go by your skin tone, bro. Come on, man. We gotta get, man, y'all stay in that mindset, B. That's why I said millennials and Gen Xers, man, you're still lost, son. You're still lost. You're still lost because you're hurt. You was enjoying the movies back in the day. You was enjoying them New Jack Cities. You was enjoying them powers. Then you woke up and now it's all bad. Y'all don't get the fuck, no, y'all don't get the fuck out of here, man. Oh, man. Even I can sell you, man. I enjoy Shotters, but now looking at that shit is overrated as shit. That shit had no plot line, no story. It's a bunch of Jamaican niggas killing and shooting, and one nigga was counting bodies. Like this nigga had a whole bunch of bodies, and the police and the feds didn't even get this dude. And he was an international criminal. Interpol didn't get this nigga. The FBI didn't get this nigga. The Miami PD didn't get this nigga. The Florida State Police Department didn't. Nobody got it. He just having it. Y'all gotta watch Shotters, man. You know what I'm saying? The Africans using witchcraft in their country in these movies and all these guns, but when they come here, they work at your Home Depots and drive your taxis, son. Come on, son. And we gonna talk about black sci-fi, son? Nah, man. Nah. What you need maybe is some good comedy. I've been saying there's an opening for good comedy. There's an opening for good comedy, good roasting. Man, bring it back to the old school. I remember Crank Yankers, and there was a show I used to watch as a kid called Spit and Image. It used to show in the United States late nights, but it was really based in the UK. They have puppets roasting everybody. Matter of fact, they still doing it. They be roasting Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. That joint had me rolling the other day. That's good comedy, man. Cat Williams here? Come on, bro. You gonna put Cat Williams on a level of George Carlin? Matter of fact, the only ones you could put maybe above George Carlin is Richard Pryor and Red Fox and those comedians before, and Eddie Murphy. That's when it stops. Eddie Murphy's probably the last comedian you could put on that level. Steve Martin, Gene Wilder, George Carlin. Who else? Who else? I'm forgetting. It's all those comedians in the 70s and 80s, bro. They legends, man. That Def Comedy Jam really gassed people up. It really did. Because white America went the Full House route. They went the family route. They wasn't going with the uncensored comedy of the 70s no more. They was trying to move away from that. They did that in the 80s, remember? On the family, what was the one with Alan Thicke? Oh man, Family Ties. They did have Family Ties of Webster and even Different Strokes, man. They was trying to change and make more family-oriented television. So it gave black people an opening with the Def Comedy Jam to do more adult-oriented stuff. And then they was like, what happened to the Cosbys and all these family shows? The Def Comedy Jam is what happened to them. That's what happened to them. That's why I look corny when you see Steve Harvey on a show and then you see him on Def Comedy Jam. It do. Even I ain't gonna hold you. Mr. Cooper, looking back at it, wasn't that great. Wasn't that great. Was not that great. Sorry. You know what I mean? Thea was not that great. I see why they canceled it, man. Shoot. The chemistry in Full House, yeah, it was kind of sappy, but it hit though. Perfect Strangers, bro. Y'all remember Perfect Strangers? Perfect Strangers, man. They had one of the best theme songs ever. I wish I could play. I'll probably get copyrighted, bro. But like, yo, one of the best intros was Perfect Strangers, bro. I used to love that show. You know what I'm saying? Family Matters is great. Fresh Prince is great. But they were all too sappy. They had to present a life that wasn't really realistic. Think about it. All those shows showed you a lifestyle that, number one, most people could not achieve. The Fresh Prince, he was from Philadelphia. The hood of Philadelphia goes to the Beverly Hills of Bel Air. And is the man out there. That's wild, son. Family Matters. Urkel comes in, just stays with them like he's a part of their family. You never meet his parents. That is wild, son. The Cosbys. One's a doctor, one's a lawyer, and they had mad kids, and everything just worked out gravy. It's wild, son. That's why Full House wasn't. Even though Full House, you kind of could expose that too. Like one chick in the house. When Jesse finally had a girl, it was like one chick in the house. And you had Jesse with Joey in the basement. You had Bob Sapp. I forgot his name. Was it Bob? I don't know. I forgot his name on the show. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was there. But it was a great show. It was three men with his daughters. Now people look at it differently because you know, the Costco shopping list, but it is what it is. But my whole thing is, man, sometimes it's good to be simple, and simplicity is key. But now today, it's like they're doing too much. That's why I think the sci-fi thing is not going to work, son. It's not going to work. You're going to get fake kudos. You're going to get, it was good because it was a black movie type kudos. The fuck out of here with that shit, man. It's like you can look back at Black Panther, you know that joint is not as great as the other superhero movies. Christopher Nolan's Batman, nope. The original Iron Man, nope. Captain America, nope. Spider-Man, pick whatever version you want. Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, nope. You know what I mean? The only one they might beat possibly is Ghost Rider and the Hulk series of movies. It's not touching Blade. And people forget, Blade was a great movie. Blade, he specifically chose N'Bushe Wright as his actress lead in the movie. And it was great. Gave great characters, had a great villain, everything. So it could be done, you know what I mean? It could definitely be done. So at that time, it could be done. I don't know about today. My bad. I just don't know. I'm not buying black sci-fi. I don't care what you black nerds got to say. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Just be a nerd. There's no such thing as a black nerd. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep it a stack. There's no such thing as a black nerd. What's a black nerd? A black nerd is just smarter than the community. But are they smarter than the rest? That remains to be seen. Hey yo, I thank you for staying with me on this trip once again on the island of Kumasi, bro. I appreciate it. You see my Cash App, man. Show me some love, bro. It's rolling down on the screen below. Let me know if y'all want me to do a live on this. I am going to do a live possibly this weekend about, which one should I touch? I was going to say one with Sigma Jones about animation in the 80s and the 90s. I think that was a better, fair assessment because I can't compare American animation in the 80s versus Japanese animation in the 80s. It's not even close. But you know what I'm saying? Because like, it's not even close. But I could do 80s all together, American and Japanese animation in the 80s versus the 90s American and Asian animation. I could do that from later on. But I think the next one I want to do, if I do a live, is the You Niggas Is Pussy series. I've been trying to do that. You Niggas Is Pussy. I'm going to do that series. Give me some subjects to roll with it. If y'all fucks with me, that's my new shit. Y'all Niggas Is Pussy series. Y'all Niggas Is Pussy, the series. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be my shit. You know what I mean? Let me know the first subject y'all want me to do. I'll pick the best one, and then we'll roll from there, man. I appreciate y'all, man. God bless. Enjoy y'all Wednesday. I will enjoy mine as well as you spend time with me today. Take it easy, y'all. Peace, man. Let me leave y'all with this, though, man. Let me leave y'all with this, man. Because I'm at my boiling point, man.
It's enough to get me to the boiling point.